Well, Jahmyr Gibbs might have changed his number, but hoping his numbers don't change. Leading the NFL last year in touchdowns from scrimmage and yards per touch, an explosive play waiting to happen. You're going to hear from Jahmyr Gibbs with our crew there in Allen Park in just a moment. You're also going to get a chance to hear from Zach Bond, from A.J. Brown as they joined Colleen Wolfe and Judy Batista from Eagles camp. 38 days from opening the season against the Cowboys there from Eagles camp. And then, of course, here in Green Bay, Jordan Love. Phenomenal close to the season last year, but then the early exit at the hands of the Eagles in that wild card round. Time to find some success in the postseason here in Green Bay. That, of course, is the name of the game, and that is what we are going to talk to you about here as we open hour 2 of Inside Training Camp Live with the Packers today. Alongside Mark Ross, I am Rhett Lewis. Day 2 for you here in Green Bay.
I've been hanging out in Green Bay. Yeah, had good memories here in the past, you know.
That's right.
07, 11 with the Giants coming here. I'm sorry.
Talk loudly about that.
They know what's up.
All right. That's right. Indeed. And I think there are some congruencies that we can draw on your time, both with the Eagles and the Giants, you know, and having successful regular seasons, but then turning those into, you know, Super Bowl years, right? Because that's the name of the game here, obviously.
Yeah, really compare Jordan Love's progression here more like Donovan McNabb, not Eli Manning, because Eli went right away and just won it, you know, a couple years, and he won it. Whereas Donovan, we drafted Donovan year 1, eased into it. Doug Peterson was actually the head coach there, came from Green Bay. Andy Reid had come from Green Bay. And then Donovan got in towards the end of the year. Then year 2, he was the starter. We made the playoffs, lost to the Giants. And then year 3, 4 straight NFC Championship games, made the Super Bowl, never won it, but still had that progression. So I think for the Packers and Jordan Love, you're really similar path, but now, of course, win it. But, you know, when he first year as a starter, went down to Dallas and absolutely crushed them. They gave the 49ers all they could handle. And then last season, we know the injury, game 1. He never was fully healthy. I didn't think in watching him, and then he admitted that yesterday in the interview that we had with him, that he was never fully healthy. Despite that, they had 11 wins and made the playoffs, Rhett. And, of course, the Eagles, you know, blasted them a little bit, but they did that to everyone. So it seemed like a disappointment, but it still, in totality, was a successful season to make the playoffs with 11 wins, despite your franchise quarterback not being healthy. So this season, I think they have a chance to take that next step, make it to the NFC Championship game, win the division, get to the Super Bowl, because they have the talent. Now it's about the confidence, staying healthy, everything falling into place.
Yeah, no question. And obviously, Josh Jacobs will be a big part of that equation, as he was in year 1 with the Packers this past season. Was a phenomenal free agent acquisition. He will join us once practice wraps up for the Packers today as well. Another one of their outstanding free agent acquisitions from a year ago, Xavier McKinney, who was so productive from his safety spot a year ago. But want to keep it with this offense and with Jordan Love. Had a chance to talk to his personal quarterback coach, the guy he trains with and has for years and years and years, Steve Calhoun, down in Orange County. They actually spent a lot of time together down at San Diego State, because Jordan's wife, as they were married now this season, you know, is a professional volleyball player. And this is just a look at some of the things that they were working on this year. Steve was telling me that really wanted to work on throwing from a great base, right, and kind of coming back to balance even when under pressure, right? Because you kind of get flustered, get out of the pocket. How do we get back to what makes us, you know, throw from a firm base and with a solid platform? And that was just part of their focus this offseason, and something that they think will really allow, you know, Jordan to be at his best in those biggest moments, right, and making the throws he needs to make to move this team down the field and to get it into the end zone. Appreciate Steve for sharing some of this with us. And look, I think those relationships are really important as you try to take the next step in your game, and kind of understanding where you can improve. And that, from an individual standpoint, is what Love is working on. And now, as he's back here with the team, I think you start to see some of the tangible effects from that kind of work.
Yeah, well, that work, but also in interviewing him yesterday, and I asked him what was more important for him with his evolution. What does he feel like he's gotten better at each year? And he talked about more the mental aspect of it. And I alluded to this with Caleb Williams about the more that you can control and master and learn the offense, the more that you feel confidence in yourself and how you're getting everybody in position to succeed, then the more your team feeds off of that. And comparing him to Eli Manning, go to that, where the biggest strength that Eli had was that the team believed in him. No matter how many picks he threw or up and down games, when he had the ball in his hands or going into the next game, the team absolutely 100%, like, Eli's going to get it done for us. So Jordan Love now has to take that step for this team to say that, okay, okay does the team, we've seen the flashes, we've seen the brilliance, but play in and play out, does he instill that confidence in the team and the coaching staff that Jordan is going to get it done? I think he has the talent and confidence now to do that. They've done an outstanding job, Brian Gutekunst, of surrounding him with a lot of talent via free agency like a Josh Jacobs, and doubling down once again, tripling down once again this year in the draft. The first 3 picks were on the offensive side of the ball, so now Jordan just has to do it.
Yeah, by the way, his backup, Malik Willis, which was I thought a really savvy acquisition, has done a really nice job for them when Jordan's been unable to go. Had one of the highlights that I saw of practice early on here today, a pinpoint throw on the move down the field on the sideline to McCole Hardman. Was just another one of the targets that has been added to this roster. Okay, we're going to stay here in the NFC North and take you back to Allen Park, Michigan. Home of the division champs, of course. Jahmyr Gibbs, such a big piece of this offense. My goodness, is he just an explosive play waiting to happen? Nearly 2,000 yards from scrimmage a year ago, and switched his number. He's now number 0.
Yeah, he looked so good last year.
I know.
He looked so good.
But that's all right. That's all right. We've got an opportunity now to see what this new look for Jahmyr Gibbs brings to this offense, and he had a chance to stop by and chat with Stacey Dales and Cynthia Freeland.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jahmyr Gibbs joining Cynthia and I right now on Inside Training Camp Live. Jahmyr, I mean, just when we thought things were really good, they look like, even with the coordinator change, you're going to be a beast in this offense once again. How is this thing evolving for you?
It's very fun. I think everybody thought like it was going to be like some chaotic thing, but I mean, he's been here before, before I was here, so he pretty much knows the whole schematics of what we do. So I mean, a lot of stuff stayed the same, a lot of stuff changed. It's just everybody's working to get everything put together.
Him being Johnny Morton, right, Sin?
Yeah. So I love your hat. It's great. I'm also very interested in knowing how you figured out you could get your mouthpiece all the way on the Guardian cap, because I have never seen that with any other player.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's BB. That's Brian. That
both of you do. Oh, yeah. I thought you had it up there too. Anyways, doesn't matter. The Guardian cap's all a lot of fun. How do you feel about, listen, we have to ask you a little bit about fantasy football. I understand. How do you feel about fantasy football players saying, hey, should he be your number 1 overall fantasy running back taken? Are you in with that?
Sure. I mean, I never played, so I don't know. I don't know how that works.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
You should say absolutely.
Hey. We're coming out of high school.
Oh, high school? Nah, high school. I was like.
But now, like, look at this career. No, yeah. Look at this career that's unfolding. You could go in and take this thing over this season. Is your vision to be the best back in this league?
I didn't really think about that. I'm just trying to win a Super Bowl, honestly. Then I think everything else will come with that. So, yeah.
So one thing that at least I noticed that's a little different this year than last year is the amount of cheering from the fans. Now, I know everyone was excited ahead of last season, but there were like tons of cheer. Like, people were happy for like even wilder and crazier, I think, and it's like 1 billion degrees. So what are you noticing from camp that's a little bit different this year than years past? More fun?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it's always the same. It's hard, how we practice. I don't think anybody else practice like us in the league. So every day's gonna be hard. They're gonna push us. fans make it easier. They're always energetic. They always, show up. So it's fun. It's hard, but it's fun out here, though.
So let me take it a step further, because you're not going to give us too much of your playbook. How much 21 personnel could we get with you and David on the field?
I don't know. I don't know yet. I'm going to be lined up at linebacker, too. They got me at nickel.
Wait, you said what?
Linebacker, too.
You might line up at linebacker.
Yeah,
okay.
Back in my, DB days, I go line up at nickel corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you won't tell us enough about yourself. Why don't you tell us, make the case for why David Montgomery is so great?
He's selfless. He does anything for the team to win. Being, his size, 230, he's gonna like this. Being 230, moving the way he does, it's just crazy. You don't see that often, I think.
No, 230 usually a little slower.
There's only a couple people, I think, like him, Saquon. This be on 220. He don't count. So I think them two are the main two that pop up when I think about, size and the way they move, shiftiness. I think those two are.
We have to wrap up, unfortunately, but your quarterback, Jared Goff, you've now been with him. That's your dude. Where's his leadership gone this year?
Since I've been here, he's always been the same. He's always level-headed. Always the first one out here. Last one to leave the building. He gets everybody, lined up. He just knows the whole offense. He's very smart. He knows where to go with the ball at all times. I think he's the best pocket passer in the league to me. So.
Are his dad jokes better this season versus seasons prior?
I don't know. They're a little shaky. I don't know. He has to work on it.
Little shaky on the dad joke.
Little shaky on the. That's
great way to finish it off.
That's perfect.
Maybe he would disagree. Beg to disagree.
We'll find out.
But
we'll find out.
We appreciate you joining us.
Of course, appreciate you.
Have a great season, Jameer Gibbs.
I appreciate you guys. Of course, we'll see Jameer Gibbs and the Lions this Thursday, July 31st in the Hall of Fame game presented by Novartis as they take on the Chargers under the lights in Canton, Ohio. You can catch every snap at 8 p.m. Eastern on NBC and Peacock. All right, a lot more on the way here. Hour 2 of Inside Training Camp Live this Monday. Second really full week of training camp. And Josh Allen will be joining the show here shortly, the reigning MVP. Kind of like the Packers here, trying to get themselves into a Super Bowl. That among the conversation topics when we come back here on Inside Training Camp.
Who rap? That's on life for sure. That's a fake fact. I'm finna snap, turn this up to the max. Yeah, you got no rap.
If you keep making that face, it's going to stay like that.
I'm trying to get my own car insurance.
Topics when we come back here on Inside Training Camp.
Who rap? That's on life for sure. That's a fake fact. I'm finna snap, turn this up to the max. Yeah, you got no rap.
If you keep bad debt and save money for your next goal.
I'm trying to get my own car insurance.
Can a personal loan unlock your ambitions? Oh, yeah. Borrow up to $100,000 to consolidate bad debt and save money for your next goal. Take a swing at your kitchen reno. And that literally. Or design your actual dream wedding. Consolidate bad debt and fund all your ambitions with a SoFi personal loan. Go to SoFi.com to view your rate. SoFi. Get your money right.
I am humbled to be welcomed to the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Witness the game's greatest, immortalized in Canton.
Let's choose to be for one another. The kid made it. He finally made it.
A Hall of Famer never quits.
The greatest day of my life.
Your hard work and sacrifice are the keys to opening the door to your dreams. This is football heaven.
The 2025 Pro Football Hall of Fame enshrinement, Saturday at 1 p.m.
Derek! Go wash up and grab your sister.
Okay, but first... Where's Grandma?
Hey, Mama. Ma.
I'm worried about Mom.
Mom? She's fine. These are the ones, right, Mama?
Yeah, groundlings.
Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes.
Daddy, it's salty.
Grandma's just getting old. Some things come with age.
And some don't.
Early detection of Alzheimer's can lead to better care for your loved one.
Add 2 eggs.
Learn the early warning signs at 10signs.org.
The NFL preseason kicks off with 8 games live on NFL Network August 7th. It is time for football. Week 1 of NFL preseason live on NFL Network. Blackout restrictions apply. Also streaming with NFL Plus. Subscription required for NFL Plus. Well, Josh Allen at the top of his game a year ago, bringing home the MVP hardware as QB1 for the Buffalo Bills, but now, of course, charged with bringing this team to the top of the NFL mountain. That among the conversation topics as he had a chance to stop by with Tom Pelissero and our Michael Robinson.
Josh, this is year 8 for you in Buffalo. Where does today rate on the weather scale, practicing a full downpour for like a solid 20 minutes there?
I feel like that's pretty typical for up here, you know? And whenever it gets a little too hot here, it usually does this. It rains on us, cools us down a little bit. But I'll take this over 105 any day of the week.
John never pulls the plug. He's going to have you keep going through
Unless there's lightning, and even then, sometimes he lets it go. So
that's football, man. But Tom, man, hold up, man. You got to properly. This is the MVP of the National Football League, the bazooka, man. So this is big for me. This is big for me, Josh. Talk about just how training camp has gone so far, and man, how you feeling?
Feeling great. This is my favorite time of the year. Yeah. Getting back into the swing of thing with the guys, hanging out in the dorm rooms, playing card games, eating lunch and dinner together. There's really nothing like it. This is a big reason why I play the game. Is just the camaraderie and the relationships that you build here. And you're out here. We're building our team, and coming out competing against our defense. It's been great. Tempers are flaring a little bit, but it's the competitive edge that we have here.
You went to the card games.